Yo, what's up, y'all? Got some real clouds today, as you can see. Any others? Man, it is so bright outside I can hardly see. Yo, check it out. Oh, little mini food forest action. Just laid down cardboard, some compost, and then some mulch with leaf trimmings mixed in. Got a few more layers to go. But anyways, I want to talk to you guys about the emotional gland. I already talked about the mental gland, the thyroid, parathyroid. So come with y'all with a little adrenal gland action. So let me find a seat. Cool. Oh man. So your adrenal glands. Well, to start, I would definitely recommend checking your blood pressure if you want to gauge as to where your adrenal glands are and how well they're functioning. Look at the top number on your blood pressure. Top number is going to be your adrenal glands. Bottom numbers are going to be your kidneys, just like how they're sitting inside of you. Adrenal gland is a triangular shaped gland that sits right atop the kidneys, connected to the kidney. Therefore, if our kidneys are not filtering, that lymph and that mucus is going to back up into the adrenal glands, going to shut them down, which is going to impair your entire system. Because if one thing is out of balance, everything's out of balance. But some major functions of the adrenal glands are regulating and controlling your nervous system, which is needed for digestion. So if your adrenal glands are low, then you're not going to be digesting foods very well, because the nervous system within your pancreas isn't going to be working well, or any bit of your nervous system. The adrenal glands produce cortisol, which helps process, amino acids, fat, controls the production of glucose. Adrenal glands, going back to the nervous system, that counters inflammation, pain, swelling, because you'll have a response to that area. Let's see, what else we got going on? So the medulla, or the inner core of the adrenal glands, control the sympathetic nervous system, which is like your natural response, so your fight or flight. And that's why a lot of us have, such low functioning, burned out adrenal glands, is because we're always stimulating that fight or flight response, which is putting stress, which is burdening our adrenal glands. That's why it's of the utmost important to get enough rest, especially in the beginning. When you begin to detox, you'll see your weaknesses. And I know for me, a major weakness was my adrenal glands. And so, I think my pressure, went all the way down to around like 88 or 80, mid to high 80s. And so rest is going to be super key, especially when you're hitting that low point before you start coming up. The adrenal glands are regulated by the pituitary or hypothalamus. So it's always great to support those glands with the adrenal glands. That way you can get the whole team working for you. So the adrenal gland represents the emotional gland. So if somebody doesn't have an adrenal gland that's working very well, or adrenal glands, they might express symptoms in the way of being overly emotional, under emotional, always being in the future, stress, anxiety. It's always worrying about what's to come, what's in the future. And so that's why they call it the emotional gland. Let's see here, I'll hit that last. If you're looking at your irises and you want to see the internal condition, or just the condition of the tissue, soft tissue analysis, there we go. When you're looking at your right eye, you'll look at about 545, and then your left eye, you'll be looking at about 615. And for me personally, I have closed lacunas. So what that represents is weak tissue where acids are likely to be trapped and burning up and hindering the function of that adrenal gland. Just because you have a lacuna doesn't mean those acids are trapped, but there's a high likelihood, in all likelihood, you're probably systemically burning up to one degree or another. And if we're talking reflexology, about the center of the foot, I would say. So let's see if I can get a shot right in here. So if you're looking at my foot, it's gonna be about right there. And you can tell because generally it will be sore. But about the dead center, that's the left foot. And then on the right foot, it's kind of hard to see, but probably right in there. And just feel around a little bit, and you should be able to figure out whether it's sensitive or not. And so I'll let you play around with that. You can look both those up online. It's pretty easy. But yeah, with reflexology, just give it a little massage, give it a little rub down, relax, maybe some essential oils. But yeah, so the chakra, it's related to the adrenal gland. Like all glands are related to chakras because they're like the energy centers of the body. They're like the computers, the driving force, carry out all the functions. It's the root chakra, which would make total sense. Fight or flight, it's that survival mode. So if you're, stuck in that root chakra, your adrenal glands burned out, you're probably going to be thinking about food and sleep most of the time, like I was for a year or two. Just because, you don't have that energy, you're looking for food to stimulate you, and then you're also looking to rest because you're always tired, because your adrenal glands aren't giving your nervous system, the what it needs to function. Some good herbs to support the adrenal glands are juniper berry, schizandra berry, dandelion, cleavers, parsley, salpalmetto, hoshulu root. I know for me, I really like sipping on licorice tea. It's definitely a stimulant to some degree, but it really helped me overcome the hump, early on when I was experiencing the weaknesses being shown. Sea moss, which is really good for both the thyroid and the adrenal glands, just because of the minerals. Sea moss tea is really good. Sea moss paired with bladderwrack. Dr. Sebi has a formula, but you can make your own. Those are really good. But yeah, the adrenal glands, they do so much. They produce, hormones, steroids. They're major healing glands. The thyroid and the adrenals, parathyroid too. I almost always recommend working on them. But yeah, check your blood pressure and kind of go from there. DLB949, MSN.com. Find me on Facebook at Doug's Holistic Health Services. I'll put my link to the website below. Let me know if you need anything. Let me know if you want me to make a special video or whatever you guys want. Let me know. All right, peace.